Hello, YouTube world. Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. Appreciate you coming out. Your first time, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get the newest and the bonus content we put out every day. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Today's topic, I wanted to talk about, should the Clippers make any trade moves this offseason? And what I mean by that is, should they make any trades, or should they just, basically run it back and keep the same team they have? And in my opinion, they shouldn't try to remove anybody. And I know every NBA team tries to always make the first move or, try to, recover cap space and all that. But I'm telling you, they pretty much need this exact team to run it back. I mean, there may be one player on this team, maybe one or two players that they might be able to let go in some people's minds. But I personally believe they should keep the team exactly the way it is, because if you look at the team, what they went through this postseason in the playoffs and how they responded to each series really changed a lot of people's view of the Clippers and who they are as a team. And they went through this season, for the most part, they weren't as healthy as they like to be, but when they were healthy, they looked like a really, really tough team. I mean, the games where they played with Ibaka, everybody, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, when everybody was there, they looked like a really strong team. They looked like they really had a good supporting cast and just an all-around team that could nobody beat. But the crazy thing is, even when they lost Ibaka, and I think Kawhi was out for a little bit. Paul George had a little, he had minor injuries. He pretty much played the whole time. But my point is, even when players went out, they still played at a high level. And what they showed in the playoffs was a team that everybody gained respect for. Because as much as, Clipper fans, wanted the Clippers to win, they still played really good. They still played really well. And everybody know, if Kawhi Leonard was in that Phoenix series, the Clippers would be in the NBA Finals. I mean, it's just quite obvious to me. But, overall, like I said, I think they had a great season. And it didn't end up, of course, with the championship. But you got to run it back with the team that you have right now. You got to run it back, because everybody knows their role and everybody plays their position really well. I mean, they got to find a way to keep Reggie Jackson just as much as they got to try to find a way to keep, Kawhi Leonard and anybody else they're thinking about maybe trying to remove or, add or sub or whatever they're trying to do. I mean, it's imperative that they keep this team together, because I don't think if they, bring in new pieces, I don't know. I just feel like the chemistry, I feel like they'll be starting over with chemistry if they bring in too many new players or something like that. I feel like this team has the chemistry. They went through the grind. They went through the adversity last year playoffs, now this year playoffs. And this year they really surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people thought they were going to lose the first round against Dallas, definitely the second round against Utah. And they find themselves in a game 6 going against the Phoenix Suns without Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kawhi was pretty much the reason why they won the Dallas series and the other two series. But still, I mean, it's like the team showed something that a lot of people didn't think they have, which is, that backbone, that bite, and they did. And that's why I feel like they don't need to make any trades that I can see. Get everybody on this team healthy, run it back again. Because I'm telling you, if this team is healthy, they can win a championship. I'm talking having Ibaka, everybody, Kawhi, PG, definitely find a way to bring back Reggie Jackson, keep Marcus Morris, and just the whole crew. I'm telling you, this team can make a run. Even with the Lakers being healthy, what we saw from this team here in the Clippers still can make a run and possibly beat them. Even with the Lakers healthy, the Clippers can beat them, because they're that deep. And they have a rotation that they can just, I mean, all their players, besides, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, all their other players are interchangeable. You can put Kennard in, you can put Terrence Mann in, you can do that and they'll come in there and be productive. You can put, anybody. You can put anybody on the team and, pretty much Batum, anybody you choose, Zubac, you can rotate between him and Boogie Cousins. It's like they have superior positions. Like everybody on that team is really good at their role. So I don't see no need to, make any trades this offseason that I could think of. Now, I mean, I'm not saying there isn't any that, somebody else couldn't think of. And if there is, let me know and just put it in the comment section. We can talk about that. I'm always open to that. But I just think that this team just needs to run it back and keep it the way they had it because, I think even with everybody healthy in the West, I still think they can get to a finals. And with the defense that they present, I think they can even win a finals. Even with, the Brooklyn Nets big three on the East, I still think the Clippers are the team that would be able to beat them, so that's just my opinion though, because I think if the Clippers are healthy from what I've seen from what I saw these playoffs, if they're healthy, they basically have a big three because Reggie Jackson he's more than legit. So if Kawhi, PG, and Reggie Jackson go out there and do what they're supposed to in the playoffs, the way they were doing this playoffs, like every time their back was against the wall, they would just, I don't know, they would just take over. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the Clippers got a big three. So to me, you got to keep that nucleus and you got to keep those pieces around it because those pieces around it are all comfortable. Because Ty Lue puts everybody in the game. He's not like a coach that only plays an 8-man rotation. He'll play everybody on the bench. I mean, any and everybody on that roster can be starting in a playoff game. Because it's like that's how Ty Lue just has his way of coaching. Anybody, it's like everybody on that whole bench is going to get playing time. So it's like everybody that's on the Clippers roster is used to the adversity. Everybody played. Everybody was in the game at some point. Everybody contributed and everybody felt like they contributed. That's why the team was so close and the way they played like, for one another. And it just made them kind of like an amazing team to look at. Being down 0-2 in two different series and find themselves winning the series. It's, it's pretty amazing to see that. So my personal opinion, like I said, I think I would keep them right where they are and just run it back exactly the way it is. And no trades. Kawhi doesn't need to go. He needs to try to, stick it out here, not unless he has some type of better idea or something like that. But I don't see it. I feel like this is where he should be in LA. And that's it. But, hey, that's my take on everything. Let me know what you think about it. And if you have any trades or anything like that you could think of, put it in the comment section and we could talk about it. And I just want to see what your opinion is. But Cali out.